Thank you guys for coming back into our channel. I know you have been waiting so long for my next episode. Like I said in our previous episode, that I'll be making kind of my life series. And today's episode, I want to talk about what I pursued in campus. I have a ton of questions with me that I need to answer, but I've prepared just a few of them that I need to explain more about what I pursued in campus. It's like an explanation to our previous episode. So sit back, relax, watch, watch. So let's jump to the first question. And the first question is, of course, the one that you have been waiting. What course did I pursue in campus? I did pursue a Bachelor of Science in Information Technology. I'm a software engineer. I'm also a tech enthusiast. Anyway, I love tech. That's the point. I did pursue something to do with computer science. Probably I've said information technology, something to relate with technology. I don't know why I'm explaining this so much to you. Anyway, I did pursue IT. That's the point. And what did I love about IT and why did I choose IT? I feel like the world is changing and we're in a process of we're in a process of I don't know, we're in a process of becoming digitalized. I don't have a good term to explain about the future, but I feel like everything is getting more into tech. If you look our lives right now, everything has been digitalized, beginning with payments and cash. That explains more about tech. The development of new smartphones, the idea of engineering, medicine, a lot has changed, and we have moved into tech a lot. So the reason why I did pursue IT, it's because I felt like maybe in the future I might be needed somewhere, and of course I've been needed somewhere, and that is my life. Day to day, tomorrow, I've always been needed somewhere. I pursuing IT or I doing a Bachelor of Science in Information Technology. Was it my first choice? Actually, yes, it was my first choice. When I was joining campus, I knew I wanted to do something to do with technology. So I choosing IT, it was my first choice. And I also recognized different universities. So yes, when I was applying for this course, I knew I was to do something to do with IT. Another thing is that I wanted to pursue computer science, but given with what I attained in my KCSE and my cluster points, I thought it was better for me to choose IT, and also in relation to the universities. Um, I thought it was better for me to choose IT because if I chose computer science, I could probably have done a second revision on application to the university. Yes, IT is a good choice for me. It has always been a good choice for me. The reason why I'm insisting on IT is because I love tech, by the way. If it were not of what I'm doing right now, I'd be doing something to do with phone reviews or rather any other tech kind of reviews because I always love things to do with artificial intelligence. What about tomorrow? What might change? About the devices, the technology. Yes, I literally love my course. I loved it at first sight, if it was a lady, and I kind of enjoy the life I'm having with it. I also am planning to do or pursue further, if maybe masters. I'm also planning something with this channel, something related to IT. Maybe some time later we can have classes. I can teach you a couple of stuffs about my course. The next question is, what did I think the course was about before joining? This is funny. I don't know. I usually use that term. Like, this is funny. I believe it's because I've always been funny. I'm sorry. Do I look funny? I'm funny. Yes. What did I think about the course before I was joining. Actually, when I was applying for my course, I thought when I go to school I'll be doing something to do with hacking, stealing money from banks, uh, hacking your phones, a lot of stuff to do with hacking. But I've come to realize it's a broad course. You get to learn different things about networking, about website development, website design. There is a lot of things in this course, and I believe if you are outside there and maybe you want to pursue something to do with technology, IT is the best course for you. Not because I did it, but it's something that awakens your mind, lets you think more about tomorrow. You think about the future of technology. You think about what about if this happens, or what about if I do this, what will happen when it comes to technology. Another thing is that you can advance on one thing. Actually, in IT, you get to be introduced to different stuffs about technology, and you have a choice where you can advance in one thing, probably networking, maybe something to do with programming, and let me not say end, because I'm trying to cut myself short, because I want to have another episode where I'll be talking more about IT in depth, teach you maybe an introduction. So let's cut it there short and move to the next question. The next question is, what was the what was the biggest surprise about my course? The biggest surprise is realizing that this course is not meant for males. When I joined campus, I realized that in this class we had so many ladies than actually males, and I was so surprised. Like, why are ladies so interested with hacking? Um, why are ladies so interested in things to do with programming? And yes, I figured out that this is not a male-oriented course. Anyone can pursue it. Anyone can get to learn more about it. Uh, yes, I think that's the point. And another thing is that the teachers, the lecturers, and my fellow classmates. I don't know how to put it. I usually lack words to explain in deep, because I feel like there is a lot to talk about it. Well, there were my fellow students who seem to be more interested, if that is the word, more interested. I mean, like, they need to know more than I even feel like I need to know. And lecturers, there were young lecturers. If I were to say the ages, maybe 25, teaching us the same course, and I was surprised. Why would someone young like this teach us the same course? Teach us this course. I thought it was to be taught by someone who is old, someone who is much older. I think these were the biggest surprises I encountered. The next question is, how long was my course? In my country, when someone is pursuing a degree, you usually take 4 years. That is, after every academic year, you go for a long holiday. But I took 2.5 years, because the university I went to didn't have a long holiday. We didn't have a long holiday. We usually proceeded with the next year after our previous year. That is, after first year, no holiday, second year, no holiday, until you complete your course. Yes, it's supposed to be 4 years, but because we didn't have long holidays, yes, I did 2.5 years. And immediately after that, there is an attachment and, of course, an internship. So if you calculate it well, probably it's 3 years or 3.5 years. If you get to go to an university where there is a long holiday, after every academic year you attend a long holiday, then it will take you 4 years plus more months for attachment and long holiday. The next question: What was my what was the hardest unit? What was the hardest unit? I don't know how many units we did, but I can remember we did something to do with. I'm trying to remember. I think it's electronic. I'm not sure. Something to do with electronic, probably electronic. And there was another unit, the calculus. Yes, I know I loved maths, but in this case, I hated maths. Another thing, why were they not teaching Swahili? The Swahili thing. I thought we learned Swahili in high school. Now you're pursuing something in the university, then you're supposed to pursue Swahili. Maybe I'm sorry, or maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm confused, or maybe I'm not. But I was surprised. There was no Swahili. All these long, I thought we'll do something to do with Swahili exams, but that's funny that there were no Swahili. We also did something to do with physics. I can't remember the full full names for the units. It's probably optical something. Yes, optical something. Yeah, but the hardest units were to do with maths, the calculus, the electronic one. I can't recall the full name. I think the programming units were a little bit easier for me because I had the passion to do that. But maths, why maths? Why maths? The next question is which unit did I enjoy the most? All units to do with programming, starting with introduction to programming, that is C++ programming. We had HTML, we had advanced HTML, we had PHP, we had Java, JavaScript. There were so many, and mobile computing where we were taught about XMLs. Well, all units that were related to programming were my favorites. I don't know, maybe a couple of other units were common units. I don't want to mention them, but they were also good. I loved them. I enjoyed attending to their classes, like financial classes. Uh, yeah. The next question is how did I survive exams and deadlines? I was always a late comer. Sometimes attending for classes, sometimes not. But when it came to exams, yes, I used to do the exams, but the revision we had to do it at the end or during the exams. I don't know why, and I don't know why. Like everyone has to do this. You feel like maybe you don't need to revise more. You understand. But when the exams are near, then you realize there is a lot you need to learn. There was this time during COVID, we had to do our classes online. And yes, I was always late in submitting my cards for sure. I also remembered I didn't do the exams online. I had to ask for a chance to sit down for the exams. I don't know whether it's me or it's everyone because we Kenyans, we always late in something, but we eventually conquer it. As much as you'll do the exams, trust me, you can ascertain those who are in schools right now. You usually get to focus on reading more, especially in about to do the exams. But that period, the teacher is or the lecturer is in class, you feel like you know. Maybe you can even tell them leave the class. I try understand. But when the exams are close, you realize when the exams are close, you need to learn. You need to go through your notes. You don't know nothing. You don't know anything. The next question: were my lecturers friendly or scary? Yes and no. Most of them were friendly. there were always times when you get to visit your lecturer, your HOD, probably. But I feel like most of them were friendly. I feel like most of them were friendly. They could encourage you, maybe tell you this is what you need to learn, this is what you need to do. Yeah, the likes of that. But if you don't get to do what they tell you to do, probably the cuts, some would some would turn to be scary. I have so much I wanna answer about my campus life and the course that I did. But I have a segment that I need to advise someone, maybe someone who wants to join campus and they want to pursue IT. Would I recommend someone to pursue this course? The answer is yes. Why? Because it's marketable. Apart from being marketable, the world is changing, and the pace in which technology is moving with is higher. If you want to do something that will relate with your future, pursue something that relates with technology. IT is one. There is more like computer science, the software engineering, there is networking. If you may choose one of those, yes, it's a good course. I did pursue a Bachelor of Science in Information Technology. And if I did pursue it, yes, you can also do it. I'm telling you this from experience. It's paying and it's an easy course if you have passion in it. Yes. Another thing is who should pursue the course and who should not. I don't think this course biases who should pursue it. Anyone can pursue IT, whether you are a male or a female. It also doesn't depend with your age. Whether you are in your late 30s, late 40s, or early 20s, or late 10s, yes, you can pursue this course because it's not hard. It's all about passion. If you have passion in technology, if you are a tech enthusiast, probably, yes, you can pursue this course. It will be easier for you, and yes, in future, it will help you. Another thing you need to know before you even apply for this course or you try it or you attempt to pursue it is that you should you should know that you need to focus more on revision, practicing. IT requires a lot of revision and practice, especially when it comes to coding, because these are code of lines, of course, the structure and the you know. Anyway, you need to revise a lot and you need to focus on it because if you don't practice, there is no way you're going to understand it, not unless you are attending it because you wanna have a degree. The other thing is, should I give myself an advice if I went back? Yes, I should have revised so much. I feel like right now there is a lot I'm trying to learn because I didn't get to read in details about it where I was in campus. So, if you join campus, whatever course you'll be pursuing, a little advice kindly. I urge you to revise and work hard and practice because here outside it's all about practicals. Anyway, I want to take this chance to thank you for staying with us this long. I'm sure that this will be our 11th video in this channel. Thank you for everyone that has subscribed, and if you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe, like, share, and also comment. I really appreciate it. In our next episode, we'll kindly talk about uh, life after campus, and I also said that I'll also revisit some of the questions, maybe in a different setting, in a different environment. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.